Welcome back, guys. So today we'll be talking about data science. So what is data science? Data science basically it's the manipulation of data in order to get more insights from that data. So you have these big companies that collect this enormous amount of data, and then after they collect it, first things first, they'll need to store it, they'll need to manage it, they'll need to manipulate it, and they need to get more insights, more information from that data. So that whole process of storing data, managing data, manipulating data, analyzing that data, and extracting valuable insights from that data, that is data science. Now, what does it take to become a data scientist? It takes basically three things. You need computer science skills. I'll tell you why. You need math and statistics, and then you need business or domain expertise. Now, let's look at this one by one. From computer science, if you're a data scientist, you need to know at least one programming language. So this programming language is the one that you're gonna use to engage with your data. Say for example your data is stored on a certain database and you want to extract that data, and when you extract the data you need to put specifications as to what in the data do you want. So you need a programming language to communicate with the database so that you can extract your data. For example, you can tell your database that give me the data of all the clients who bought peanut butter and jelly from Amazon. To tell a database to give you that data, you need a programming language. Which programming language specifically depends on which database your data is stored on. So don't go around trying to learn the whole computer science. You just need one programming language. If you want to become a data scientist, it's best to know which programming language should you study. If you want to work in the banking environment, for example, you should study SAS programming language and Python. If you want to study in other fields, let's say healthcare, I don't know which programming language do they use. I'm from the banking environment, so you can just easily check. They write on their websites or job posts or whatnot. You can check from there which programming language should you learn. There are a lot of them, so don't go around learning randomly. I can tell you the common ones and the basic ones. If you have never, if you're new to programming, start with SQL programming language. Is the most basic one, and it's used by over 90% of the companies out there globally. So whatever field that you need to get into, just make sure that you know SQL, because there is a high chance, 90% chance that they're using SQL. And then otherwise it will just be basic computing, like knowing how to troubleshoot maybe when the network is down, to access issues and whatnot. But you don't need to, those you learn on the job. You just need to learn one programming language if you want to be a data scientist. Other things that comes with computer science is network engineering, software engineering, security issues. Those they don't apply here under computer science, under data science. They apply specifically in their own areas. Like you'd get a network engineer, you'd get a software engineer. Here we're talking about data science. We're still gonna get to those fields, Don't worry about them. I'll take you through those fields. But today we talk about data science, and for that, the only thing that you need in this area is one programming language. And then you need also math and statistics. Let's start with statistics. Statistics is the study of data manipulation. So it teaches you how to deal with data. Statistics, that's what statistics is. So it only makes sense that if you're gonna be dealing with data, you need to know the basics of data, isn't it? And then mathematics teaches you analytical skills, and it teaches you some concepts that you might want to use, especially when we talk about areas such as machine learning. We will need to we will check machine learning out in a bit. We will talk about it, but for now just know that stats is very important for data science, and math is important also for data science. So you can choose one of them, that's fine. However, if you were to ask me, I'd say choose statistics, right? And then business or domain expertise. Then now that you have a programming language that you know, and you can extract your data successfully from a database, and you know that you have the basics of statistics, you know how to group your data and analyze your data, then what are you gonna do with that analysis that you did, right? That's where business and domain expertise come in. You need to look at the business and then understand what this data that you just manipulated is telling you. You get what I'm saying? So if you're in finance and you are looking at loans, and you just played around with loans data, and you got some nice fancy statistics on the data, you need to know how to interpret that, isn't it? So you need to know about finance. If you are in healthcare, so here you choose which domain you want to work in. If you're in healthcare, you'll need to know about healthcare, so after you do your analysis, you can properly interpret the results that you get, right? If you're in finance, that's your expertise, you do the same thing. If you're in operations, same logic applies. If you are in, I don't know, entertainment or sports, right, you use the data to interpret or to get more insights in your specific domain. It can be any domain, right? So this is the luxury of data science here. As long as you have these two areas, then you can easily do a short course on. You can work in any field. All you just need to do is simply just do a short course on that field that you want to work on, so that you know some business insights, and then you can get into that field. Now let's look at these three subsets: machine learning, data analysis, and traditional software. Yeah? Cool. Machine learning, if you combine computer science and math or statistics, you will get machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is a subset of a field called artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, is a field where you are creating your own intelligence, and then that intelligence would typically be used by machines like computers or robots or electronical appliances. Yeah? So basically, machine learning is a field where we give machines and computers intelligence so that they can do things for themselves. Right? For example, imagine you have a laptop that knows when to turn off and when to turn on, so you don't have to turn it on, it turns itself on. Say for example, when you sit by your desk, your computer automatically switches itself on, and then when you leave your desk, it switches itself off. That's so, which means it knows when you want to use it and when you don't want to use it. That's intelligence. We would say that computer is intelligent. Then that's artificial intelligence, right? Now, so, and then we say that that machine is capable of learning, right? Because now that machine would continuously, let's say for example, let me give another example. Let's say you can be able to talk to your computer to say, computer, can you please tell me the weather today outside? And then the computer tells you that today is raining. But then you then again maybe ask your computer another question, and then it replies. So if your computer can continuously learn from engaging with you, and it can be able to communicate with you, we call that machine learning, which means your computer is able to learn. And then which means that computer has AI, artificial intelligence. Intelligence is nothing else but the ability to make decisions from historical information. So now, how do machines learn? Machines learn by big data. You need data, a lot of data, which is history, right? History information. After you have that data, you need to analyze that data, right? And as you have seen, for you to manipulate data, you need a programming language. So if you mix that programming language and then you analyze that data with statistics or math, then a machine can be able to learn, right? Because what a machine will do, will take information, like it will use a programming language to analyze the data or to extract the data. To say, if you ask a person how are they feeling, what do they usually respond and say, and then it gets all the answers by using a programming language. And then statistics, it will group those answers to see which is more likely, when is it more likely, and why is it more likely. And then you program the machine to say, okay, if a person asks this question, you use a programming language to say, okay, if a person asks this question, then use this more likely answer to respond to this person. Then you see that that machine has learned how to respond here. And then once the machine responds, we say that it is intelligent because it made that decision by itself, isn't it? Then that's why we say machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, because it appears as if that machine is intelligent, but that intelligent is artificial because you had to program that machine, isn't it? So that's why machine learning is a subset of computer science and math or statistics, because it uses these two, and you need big data to make this possible. And then that's where data science comes in, an expert who knows how to manipulate data. Now if you mix business domain and math or statistics, what you get is data analysis. So basically here you already have your data, right? There's no need for you to use a programming language to go extract your data and manipulate it. You already have your data, somebody else has done it for you, and you have the business knowledge. Then what you do is you play around with the data using statistics, and then you come up with insights that tells you more about the business itself, then we call that data analysis. You're just analyzing. For example, you can look at why are we having too much sales in USA instead of South Africa, right? Then your business domain will tell you that maybe the company in USA has more market share than the company in South Africa. Then you can work on increasing the market share in South Africa, things like that, huh? But you don't need programming per se. You just need data from wherever you get it. You analyze it using analytical softwares like Excel or Power BI, and then you make business decisions based on that, huh? And then now, once you have computer science and you have business knowledge, you can come up with traditional softwares or any kinds of softwares, right? Because your business will tell you that, you know what, actually we need to create a certain software. We have a need to create a certain software, and to create a software you need data science. Then that's where you start creating softwares here. See, so anyways, yeah, that's computer science in short, guys. You can, with computer science, you can work in all these fields. You can, sorry, that's the basics of data science, huh? So if you have data science, or if you have any of these fields, basically that would mean that you can work as a data scientist. You will just need to learn other fields. If you have computer science, you will need to learn math and statistics, and learn the business area that you're in, so that you can become a data scientist, right? Learn all of these three and you will be a data scientist. And then you can also work in these areas: machine learning, data analysis, and traditional software. Thank you very much, guys.